Hello and welcome to Tea Time. I'm Ginger Nelson, and today I'm talking to Danielle O'Day, and she is with the Tifton-Tift County Public Library. Welcome, Danielle.
Thanks for having me again.
Now, Danielle, y'all had a busy summer this summer.
Oh yeah, we're just now recuperating for it. That's actually why we didn't have any programs other than, of course, the Despicable Me party in August, because we needed a little time to catch back up.
Well, so tell us what all went on this summer.
Well, starting off the summer, of course, is our annual summer reading program kickoff carnival. And again, that was a blast. You guys came out and filmed it. I mean, we had a dunking booth, jumpy castle. There were crafts, face painting, food, everything. We had an awesome, awesome time with that. It was definitely a success, as was last year.
And luckily the rain held off, because it was about to rain when we were out there.
Yeah, it drizzled a little that morning, and I was like, please don't do this to me today. And luckily it held out until after the carnival was already over. And then, of course, throughout the summer we had all of our programs, our regular programs, like the community story time and the We Read. But then there were also specific ones, like the teen did a zombie flash mob, and I think they did Thriller by Michael Jackson, but I wasn't sure because I wasn't there that day. But we did that. We had face painting, henna tattoos, and just different stuff to keep the kids entertained and in the library during the summer.
Well, I know that we went to the library several times this summer. I took my daughter, and you know, I was really amazed at how many kids were actually at the library during the summer and during the days.
Yeah, we have anywhere from 900 to 1,500 people coming in during a day, just all year long, but summer is our biggest time, especially on Thursdays when we have performers come in. Ken Scott's performance, there were people all the way in the adult multipurpose room and then out into the hallway. We probably had 300 kids there that day. There was a ton of people. But it's Ken Scott, and he's an amazing, world-renowned magician, and he did a great, great, great show. I had to send in my people, and they were like at the windows, then run back to watch the desk, and then come back, and then run back to watch the desk. So.
But y'all kept it pretty active for the kids this summer.
We did. We had to, because we always want kids in the library and not out doing something they're not supposed to. And so to do that, we have to have more interactive programs instead of just saying, okay, well, here, read this book. Well, okay, let's talk about this book. Let's base a program on this book and engage them a little more.
Yeah, instead of just sitting down and handing them a book and expecting them to read. But this summer it's been pretty rainy, so I'm sure that brought in more people to the library.
Oh yeah, on rainy days, unless the computers are down. Because if the computers are down, then we have a slow day. But if the computers are up and running, we have a ton of kids come in, because either parents still have to work or not everybody can afford vacations. So coming to the library is their vacation time. And especially during the summer, Monday through Friday, at like 11, 12 o'clock, we have the lunch hour. And that's sponsored by the YMCA and the Board of Education. And they have an hour worth of crafts or games, and then they eat lunch. And the lunch is free for ages 0 to 18. So we had a great time that time, too. Yeah, and that brought a lot of people in, because not everybody that gets fed during the school year gets fed during the summer. So
unfortunately.
Yeah, and we're definitely fortunate that the YMCA wanted us to be one of the feeder sites, as they call them.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I know that when we went in there this summer, we checked out several books, and my daughter loves the self-checkout. The ding, the ding. And you know, I have to say, I haven't been in the library in quite some time. I know, don't give me that look, librarian.
Shame on you.
Well, I've just kind of gotten into the whole iBooks thing, you know.
Hey, it's still reading.
That's right. So it's just so much easier. But now she likes going and picking out her books, and so she loves, she loves that self-checkout thing. She likes putting it under that scanner, and so, you know, that was new to me.
Yeah,
but it's very easy and convenient.
Oh, yeah, and we still have people come up, and they're like, how do you work this? But after we show them the first time, they just wait for that ding and the green box around it, and they're like, and then they put it down and ding it again, but heaven forbid it go,
Yeah, well, it did that one time.
This isn't working. This is not working. And people get upset because it didn't work for them. And then you ding it, and they're like, okay, you can go now. Ding.
Ding.
They love it. I mean, we've had a lot more circulation because if somebody comes in on their lunch hour, instead of waiting in the line, and if somebody had to pay fines, it takes a little longer, and they could just grab their books, ding, 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 and then go. Yeah. And it's very, very convenient.
It's almost like I felt like I was walking out, like, should I be walking out with these books? Because I didn't talk to anybody. I just dinged them.
You creep out, wait for the and creep back in. Yeah. But, I mean, it checks them in, make sure that it's checked out completely. You still have to check your books in at the front desk. But, yeah, checking out, you just go over, and then you walk out and say, have a nice day.
But, see, I just go through the drive-thru, check my books in.
Yeah. We also have the drop box around the side of the building that is for after hours if you're in a hurry. And that's also exceptionally convenient because then one of our student workers just goes out, brings it in, and checks in all the books all at once.
And I have to say that with the drop box that when iBooks, you know, became one of my favorite things, I got rid of a lot of my paperbacks and my even my hardbacks, and I just took them through the drive-thru and put them in the slot, and I know that y'all probably just checked them in.
Oh yeah, if they're just regular paperbacks, or even if you're donating things, if you put it in a Walmart bag and just put donations on it and slide it in, then...
Well, I didn't do that. I just stuck it in. Yeah. I assumed y'all would think that it's donation.
Oh yeah, and if it's like the little romance novel paperbacks, then we just go, oh, somebody checked out an honor book. Okay, put it back on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, it's just in and out very quickly, and that's what we're trying to make it easier to do. And then for our programs, like the children's programs, teen and adult programs, we want them to stay and actually participate.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk more about the programs when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us.
Why do savvy builders, quality remodelers, and serious do-it-yourselfers do business with LMC dealers like Short and Paul? Because quality materials, product knowledge, and buying power matters. We're part of a network of 1,200 independent lumberyard locations nationwide with billions of dollars in buying power that allows us to provide the quality products you expect at the competitive prices you deserve. So on your next project, stop by one of our 4 locations for products that provide solutions. Put our billion-dollar buying power to work for you.
There were no hidden fees on anything. The price that I saw on the internet was the exact price that I paid.
Cookford.com is the best place to go online, and Cook County Ford is the best place to go on US 41.
I like it when they don't rush you or hassle you. They give you all the time you need down here at Cook County Ford.
Oh, Adam, Leon, all the guys. We've known them all now 26 years. We've been coming up here that long, and we can't think of going anyplace else.
The price is right. Right on the window and right on the money at Cook County Ford. Come on down.
Meet Paul Arvizu, a 2012 graduate of Moultrie Technical College and a certified surgical technologist at Tift Regional Medical Center. He works in a field considered non-traditional for men. But Paul already knew firsthand what it's like to be considered different and to be transplanted by the winds of change. He immigrated to America from Mexico with his family as a 5-year-old, and while at Moultrie Tech, he gained full United States citizenship, was a Student of the Year finalist, and graduated with honors. No matter where life takes him now, Paul says nothing is out of reach. Thanks to faculty members, classmates, and a diploma from Moultrie Tech, he's empowered to help change lives as a valuable member of a surgical team.
This changes everything.
We're everywhere you turn. Moultrie Technical College.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm talking to Danielle O'Day, and she's with the Tifton-Tift County Public Library. We've been talking about what happened this summer out at the library. You know, the library is so different from what it was when I was a kid. You know, for the kids program, I think it was basically we went in and they read story time to us, you know. But y'all have really stepped it up.
Oh, yeah. With our, of course, we still have story times. It is a library. It does have books in it. But the story times consist more of, okay, well, we'll read a couple books, and then here's a craft, and here's games, and here's songs that you can take home and sing. And so, I mean, during the We Read story time that's on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m., there's definitely a lot more songs and finger plays. But then at the community story time that's at 10 a.m. on Thursdays, then there's more hands-on stuff, and they do crafts, and then they read more books because the attention span is longer and they can just sit and zero in on it.
Yeah. So tell us what's going on in August.
There's a lot of stuff going on all the time, as I've said a million times before, and I'm kind of repeating myself here, but just bear with me. There's the Pokemon Club going on Tuesday afternoons from 4:30 to 6. Because those guys are serious about
That must
Pokemon.
be a really big hit because you've had that for a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll have anywhere from 15 kids on a slow day to 35 kids.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, and they have tournaments. We have actual full-blown tournaments with prizes and everything that the kids set up. Because I am the president, I am the vice president, and we have security.
Alrighty,
so that nobody's stuff gets stolen. So, yeah, and he's about 10 years old, and he takes his job seriously. He's like, I think they stole something.
Is that the one? Who's the one I interviewed at the
That was the president.
The carnival,
Ian,
yeah.
looking very stiff and nervous, yeah. That was Ian, and he was like, Miss Danielle, did I do okay? I was like, yes, Ian.
Oh, he did
fine. Good. So he is part of the Pokemon Club, and he's actually part of the Yu-Gi-Oh Club also, which is another card game. And the Yu-Gi-Oh Club is on Tuesday afternoons from 5 to 7. So they meet in the same room so you can play Pokemon for a little bit, then you can go over to Yu-Gi-Oh, and then after that, there's the Anime or Manga Club, and they have a blast in that. They've done karaoke, they've done Japanese video games, except I think one time they threw in Super Mario, just because it's awesome. I mean, who doesn't like Super Mario? And that's on Thursday afternoons from 6 to 7. And we always have a ton of clubs. But there was one girl that came in and said, Miss Tina, to the young adult librarian. And she said, yes, let's call her Sally. She said, yes, Sally. And so Sally was like, you have far too many boy clubs. And she said, well, girls can come to the Pokemon Club and the Yu-Gi-Oh Club. She said, yeah, but what about this Game Nation? She was like, well, that's a gamer thing, and some girls play video games. I do. And so she was like, well, the Game Nation, which, for information, is on August 22nd is the next one, and it's from 4 to 7, and I think they'll be playing Halo 4. But she was like, Game Nation, Game Nation. And she was like, yes, Kate, that's the thing. So she was like, well, that's a boy thing, and I want a girl club. So my mom said, okay, what girl club do you want? I want Barbies. Barbies. Okay. Do you have friends that would come to a Barbie club? She was like, oh, yeah, like, I don't know, 8 or 10. So my mom was like, all right, let's make up a flyer. There were 15 girls there and 8 parents that were completely zoned in on Barbie and the pink shoe.
Slipper.
Pink slipper.
Get it right, Danielle.
Pink slipper. It's a ballet movie. I mean, something like that.
It's the latest Barbie movie. I mean, there's a million of them, I think. But.
Well, when they saw that it was Barbie and the pink slipper, then they went insane. Oh my gosh, it's the newest one. I haven't seen it yet. And they played with their Barbies and sat them in their lap. And the little girl, by the way, brought extra Barbies for anybody that wanted to come that didn't have a Barbie.
Oh, well,
so
that
she was
nice.
Very sweet about it. And then they played Barbies, and then they went home, and they had a blast. So now it's going to be every Monday from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And it's open for ages 8 to 18. But I know your daughter's like
She's
6, 7.
She'll be 7 next month.
Yeah, then if she wants to come on and bring her. We don't turn anybody away. And as long as they're not like 9 on the Barbies, then it's not a big deal.
No, she's not 9 on the Barbies.
And snacks are available as always, and they have a great time. Sometimes they'll just play with their Barbies, sometimes they'll watch a movie or do a Barbie related craft like maybe making dresses. But
now this is from 4 to 5. Now do the parents have to stay in the library?
It would be preferable that they stay in the room with them, but as long as they're in the library, then it's not that big of a deal.
It's not a babysitting service. You don't just drop them off and leave them for an hour.
Most definitely not. None of our programs are babysitting services, and some people may think so, but we definitely engage the kids, but then we encourage the parents to actually bond and spend time with their children instead of just dropping them off, which happened a lot during the summer. The kids would just be dropped off at 9 in the morning, and they'd walk home at 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's why the lunch hour was so great, because some of the parents didn't give their kids money for food or a lunch to bring with them. So they definitely encourage parents to engage their children and spend time with them at the same time. And the kids, or the parents at the Barbie Club, had a blast. They were sad when it was over. So
I would probably enjoy the Barbie Club. I mean, who didn't grow up with Barbies,
Oh, yeah. I grew up with Barbies. I just played with the clothes more than the actual dolls.
And, of course, I didn't have movies growing up. We didn't have movies.
Hey, the Corvette, Barbie Corvette, totally wanted it.
Yeah.
I
never got it either, girl. Never got it either.
Nope.
But, yeah, that is fun. So, and I even asked you off camera if we have extra Barbies laying around that want to donate to the library. That would be good for this.
We take donations of every kind. I mean, I think somebody brought in the other day, like, the whole huge pillar candles? Yeah, like 6 of those. We don't know what we're going to use them for, but they seem like a good idea. So we take donations of recyclables, candles, Legos, because we have the Lego Club that's on Tuesday afternoons from 3:30 to 4:30. Barbies, most definitely, because Barbies are expensive.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Like, all the stuff having to deal with them, ours were like $9, $10 a Barbie. Now it's like, oh, this is the Nicki Minaj Barbie for $25.
Oh, yeah, they're expensive. And even the clothes are expensive.
Yeah, and it's like this big. How is that more expensive than a shirt for my size?
I know, exactly. Exactly. We had I had a Barbie birthday party for my daughter when she turned, I think, 4. And, yeah, I actually got online and went to eBay, and I bought some, I shouldn't say this, I bought some, like, out of Hong Kong. But I bought them in lots, and they were nice little Barbie dresses, and so.
Yeah, I mean, but they're pricey, and I bet if it was wholesale, then it was definitely cheaper than you could
I'm sure there's some girls who would like to come to the Barbie Club and who probably doesn't have any Barbies to bring, so.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids that come in, and they love the programs and everything, but they don't necessarily get those kinds of programs like the Xbox 360 or the PS3 at home.
Yeah.
So they come to the library, and we provide it for them for free. So
that's great. So it's not just a place to read anymore. Let's talk about Despicable Me.
I was telling you off camera that we had a Despicable Me back to school party that we'll definitely be having again, because who doesn't love Minions?
Aww.
I think they're adorable. I have not seen the second movie yet, but I'm waiting for it to come out on DVD.
Oh, it is so good. It is great.
But we love Despicable Me. My boss has a yellow Yaris, and she has named it the Minion. So we love Despicable Me. It was on August 20th from 5 to 6, and we had crafts, we had games, we had food. Everything was Minion. Everything. We had like cute little Minion like bananas and Minion spoons, shrunken, oh, you didn't see the first movie, did you? Trailer. Okay, somebody steals the moon. Somebody steals the moon in the first one. So we have like shrunken moon cake pops, and oh gosh, it's great. Great. The little favor bags looked like Minions, and we spent a lot of time cutting, but it was definitely worth it.
So surely you'll bring the Minions back.
Oh, most definitely.
It's not just a back-to-school party. You're going to bring them back. You need to have a club.
And school happens, like, I don't know, every year, so we'll definitely have a Minion party again.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody likes the Minions. If you don't know what a Minion is, it's those little yellow, I don't know, what do you call them? Yellow things. And
with overalls and goggles, which my brother got me a pair of Minion goggles. They're 3D goggles, and they're awesome.
Oh, my goodness. So anyway, okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the Tifton-Tift County Public Library and the programs that they have to offer. We'll be right back.
Meet Paul Arvizu, a 2012 graduate of Moultrie Technical College and a certified surgical technologist at Tift Regional Medical Center. He works in a field considered non-traditional for men. But Paul already knew firsthand what it's like to be considered different and to be transplanted by the winds of change. He immigrated to America from Mexico with his family as a 5-year-old, and while at Moultrie Tech, he gained full United States citizenship, was a Student of the Year finalist, and graduated with honors. No matter where life takes him now, Paul says nothing is out of reach. Thanks to faculty members, classmates, and a diploma from Moultrie Tech, he's empowered to help change lives as a valuable member of a surgical team.
This changes everything.
We're everywhere you turn. Moultrie Technical College.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We've been talking to Danielle O'Day, and she's been telling us all about the Tifton-Tift County Public Library and all the programs that you have going on. Now, you don't just have programs for children. You also have adult programs as well.
We do. We have adult programs because, like, even though there's stuff for kids and there's stuff for teens, I mean, who says that we had to leave out the adults? So for anybody that likes to sew, needlepoint, embroider, quilt, anything having to do with a needle and thread, a needle of any kind and thread, we have the Knitwits that meet the first Tuesday of every month from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And it's at night, it's after dinner, and you can bring your kids and leave them at one of the programs. Go to Knitwits, which is for amateurs all the way up to experts. They take anybody, and they sit in a circle on kind of a couch like this, and they're just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and just sew to their little heart's content. I mean, they sew a lot because, like I said, it's every first Tuesday of the month, and they do it all year long.
So if you just kind of want to learn how to do some of this knitting or crocheting or whatever, you can come and
and there's somebody who's an expert on that very topic, and they'll be like, no, you're not doing that right. Just give it to me. Okay, see what I did here, and then you feel like an idiot, and then you learn. So, I mean, it kind of works for you. And speaking of idiots, we were talking about off camera that certain people you know may not be computer savvy.
Oh, yes.
And we have Computer Help Fridays, which is every Friday morning from 10 to 11 with Jennifer Golden, who is complete computer guru. If she ever leaves the library, we'll have no idea how to do anything. And she'll help you set up an email, set up anything, iCloud accounts, anything like that, and turn on a computer. And like I said before, it's from amateur to expert.
So it's not just computers, it's also your electrical devices as far as your iPads, your Kindles, your all that.
iPads, Kindles, iPhones, smartphone that you just got that you have no 12-year-old handy to teach you how to use it. Yeah, Jennifer will do that for you.
But that's great. I mean, because I mean, there's a lot of people in the older generation, and I'm not knocking them. It's just it's the truth. They didn't grow up with computers in the school like we did. So you know, some of them don't even know how to move the mouse. You know.
Yeah, it's like too far. Yeah, my grandmother is terrified of using any kind of technology. I don't need that. Well, now she can communicate with me through Skype because she has an iPad, and we taught her how to use it, and she's perfectly happy. She has her house phone and her iPad that she Skypes us with.
Well, a lot of people are just, like you said, they're scared of using any type of electronic device just because they don't know anything about it. So they could come to this program and nobody's going to judge them. Yeah. Nobody's going to judge them. Nobody's going to say, you know, can't believe you don't know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just everybody likes to think they're good at something, and nobody likes to think they're bad at anything, and especially older generations that worked, and they worked hard, and they knew what they were doing. Now it's like, what do I do? How do I get this text message? I mean, my stepfather had no idea how to check his text messages, so he just never answered them. So he was just like, oh, okay, well, whatever, and just kept on going, and we were like, trying to get a hold of you. So, I mean, yeah, everybody is good at something, and some people aren't good with technology, and that's what the Computer Help Fridays are about.
That is great. Now, I know that you also mentioned when I was talking about that I like to download the books off of iBooks. What was it that you mentioned?
Georgia Destination Downloads we have audiobooks online, and all of this is at our website, which is www.cprl.org. And there's a little link on there for Georgia Downloads, and you have to have a library card, so it's still linked into the library system. But you can download audiobooks, you can download like iBooks or Kindle books, and it's completely free, and it's just like with a library book. Well, if you want
But you use your library card.
Yeah, and if you want The Host by Stephanie Meyer, well, we had 2 copies, but 2 people already got them. So you get put on hold, the same as with a book.
Okay.
So it's the same exact thing, it's just all online.
And free.
And free. Everything that we do is free, unless, like when we had the Renaissance Fair, we had the Rotary Club who was selling food, but everything like that we promote beforehand, so you bring a little extra cash with you. But all of our programs are free.
That is great. Well, Danielle, I appreciate you being on the set with us today.
Coming on the show. Thank you for having me again.
School has started back, so I'm sure you have a busy year planned out.
Oh, yeah.
So we just basically just touched on what's going on in August, but I'm sure that you'll have more, especially coming closer to Christmas.
Christmas, Santa's workshop, all that good jazz. Oh, yeah, we have our work cut out for us.
Now, Danielle, if somebody wants to find out more about these different clubs, the times that you meet, the days.
The fastest way to get any information about children's or teen programs is our phone number, which is 229-386-3243. But if you have access to a computer and you want to do it on your own time, maybe when we're closed, then for any of the teen programs, we actually have a blog called www.tifton-tift.blogspot.com. And it has links to all of our clubs. All of the information is up there. I personally update them every single day. So all of the information for that is up there.
So there's a blog. Y'all are really up to date.
And there's a children's blog that is in process. So I'll have to get that website and tell you guys about it.
Okay. And we'll see you next time right here on Plant TIFNet's Wiregrass Channel 3.